Welcome back, guys, to the Weeps Closet. My name is Nekko,
I'm Jake.
and today we're watching season 5, episode, I think it was 19 of My Hero Academia.
107. And
Yeah.
we did a bit of an oopsie, you could say. We recorded the entire episode without audio, and so we're gonna redo this.
Yeah. It was a pain in the ass, I'm not gonna lie. Like, we were heartbroken. We finished recording, we were like, okay, cool, nice. We checked the audio, only 2 minutes worth of recording, and it did not even make it to the episode. It was us bantering. But I feel like there's plenty to be said even throughout the thing, and rewatching it. There's quite a bit of replayability, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I was just telling you that I'm not dreading watching this one again because maybe there's something that we can pick up on that we didn't last time.
Yeah, there was a lot of hidden things or like dialogues that you can easily miss.
No action, but I really like this episode. So I mean, there's no need for any more formalities. We might as well just get right into it.
Alrighty, before we do, follow us on Twitter, Whips Closet, and watch the episode by yourself, and then come back to us so we can watch this. So let's keep it short and sweet, guys.
Be a good person. Jeez.
You can be a good person. 3, 2, 1.
My posture's so bad.
I know, right? I need to fix that too. I was watching this in English just to see what was different. And the voice of Natsu did not sell me too much.
Oh, really?
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't,
Yeah.
legit.
That's weird because we were recording this yesterday and we were talking about how much we actually like the English dub of this show, which, every I feel like there's this weird group in the anime fan community that like is so hardcore dub and so hardcore sub.
Yeah.
But most people sort of gravitate to whichever is better between the two. And I feel like the dub of this show is slightly superior.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, and what I was saying on the recording previously was saying that there were parts, and throwing back the same comment was in the one class 1B versus 1A, there was one part where we had Tokoyami and calling out Dark Shadow back to get Vanta Dark off of the shadow, and he goes like, it sounds so grisly the way that he shouts like, "Come to me!"
Yeah,
like really, really freaking loud, and but then in Japanese it was so mellow. Oh, come to me! Like it didn't even sound like it.
That's what she said. Man, I was watching the Deku versus Muscular fight with my sister yesterday because I've said this before, but I'm watching the show with my sister. And dude, Justin, I think his name is Justin Briner. He does Deku, and he was like going in for his Delaware Detroit smash or whatever, and it was smash. Like his voice was cracking, going up and down.
Yeah.
I'm just like, your throat is done for the next week.
Imagine for the people that play Seritsu in Demon Slayer.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but no, like Seritsu, both Japanese and English, it just reaches octanes that I have no idea. Or is it octanes?
Octaves.
Octaves, yeah. That's Apex. Right on, we did comment on this.
I was about to bring it up. Like, did he do his dance move yet?
No. We did comment that with this right here, the girls episode wasn't as necessary.
Yeah, if you're gonna comment about Ochako having a new outfit, there's. Oh, but we don't know that she has a grapple hook.
Yeah, that was my comment.
Yeah.
But yeah,
which it's still. Oh yeah, and then here's the little All Might figurine.
Yeah, the reveal. That's
it's
probably
so extra too. She's like slipping and sliding.
I feel like that's the most like agile she's ever been in this freaking show. Freaking Black Widow levels of agility.
We were both saying that it would be a nice touch if she kept the thing attached.
Yeah, like
to her.
dangling like a keychain. Yeah. I am extremely surprised that that even happened because of the fact that I always thought it was cloth. I never thought it was
Yeah.
actually like physically hard.
Oh man. Oh yeah, this. Finding Dana cotton candy. Okay, I see.
You caught it now.
Yeah. I wonder how they're gonna play that joke in English though.
Good question. We might need to rewatch it in English.
Yeah.
Freaking pressing Mike with a badass Chevy.
I think one thing I like about this episode is how annoyed Aizawa seems in the beginning, and then how invested he is by the end. He's like, "Oh, like, I'm out of school for this. This better be important, and you better make it quick."
Yeah.
He really is one of my favorite characters, and I don't hear people talk about him a whole lot.
Yeah. What I like about him is that he seems like the father of the whole class.
Mm-hmm. I think my sister also likes him a lot.
He's not only like annoyed, but he's like paranoid of like stop beating around the bush.
Yeah, I think that's also true.
It's like, tell me what it is, because honestly, I'd much rather be in class and not having to deal with this, period, type of thing.
Whereas present Mike is super angsty about it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess you can inject them, but where? Like, where do you know to extract any kind of blood or anything?
I just really wish, because we've seen Aizawa and Present Mike in the past once or twice before this. I just think that if they built up the friend a little bit more, like in the previous episodes, that the twist that Kurogiri is actually this guy would be a lot bigger and have more weight to it. Because
Kurogiri?
Kurogiri is a villain that we've seen since season 1.
Yeah, it's already established.
And he's super established. So this should have been like a crazy, like, whoa, like when we find out that Shigaraki is Nani's grandson.
Yeah. I would like to see like the actual backstory behind what happened there.
Mm-hmm. This can't really be the end of Kurogiri.
I really doubt it. Which makes me think as well, could it have been that that incident that they were on was also planned, you know? So short.
That is kind of weird because Gran Torino wasn't short when he was, like a middle-aged man, but now that he's old, I guess he lost a few feet. I thought this was really interesting, giving the backstory on the Nomus.
Yeah.
Like a more physical Nomu's going to be a fighter, and that's why finding out Oboro's original quirk is so interesting, because did he have a warp quirk? We don't really know.
Because that's my thing, and that's like I was saying before, and the last one was that if he actually had that before, these two should have picked it up on the moment that they were in the fight in the first season, which that wasn't the case. And then the other thing is that we haven't seen him show any other ability other than the warp gate. So it kind of throws back to the comment that we were saying, is that most likely he was just a Nomu with a single quirk, hence why he was somewhat more intelligent than the rest.
Yeah.
Because there's not that much of a twist going on in his head. Yeah, that would be terrible.
I mean, technically, as of right now, he's still dead.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you separate the Nomu with the original body, he'd just be dead.
Yeah. Whatever they did is what's keeping him alive.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Nomu aren't even technically alive.
Mm-hmm. They're just all sustaining their physical body for somehow.
Mm-hmm. I think that's why Kurogiri is so interesting, because all the other Nomu act like zombies, whereas he's very articulate and intelligent.
I do, and again, the idea that the base of the Nomu is what drives them to act is pretty cool, and hence why they went with Orobo or Oboro. The name is really hard. Shirakumo.
But what exactly do you mean? So he, as a kid, he tended to care more
for people, yeah. So like, if anything was in need, he would strive to help. Again, the idea of the cat was like the cat is astray and he's paying attention to the cat and whatnot.
Yeah, that does make sense. And the first Nomu we saw, his purpose was to kill All Might. I will say this episode makes Nomus. I kind of like wrote them off as just like
a butt thing, yeah.
Also, I thought it was funny that we saw 2A, but to get back to what I'm saying, yeah, I find kind of the creation of them a lot more interesting now.
Yeah. I mean, granted, I think this is 2A from back in the day, not necessarily 2A now.
Oh, never mind.
I feel like for Kurogiri's like, you okay, bro? I'm having a midlife crisis for no reason.
So we knew who has been making the Nomus, and it's that doctor.
Yeah.
Do you honestly think it is the same doctor with Midoriya, or do you think it's just a coincidence of character design?
No. I feel like most characters that this guy designs, they're designed for a reason.
You don't think that would be an oversight of his?
No, I don't think so. Because I honestly feel like, on like shows like Ruby, for example, that initially they were meant to be just something cool that looked cool and whatnot, that didn't necessarily have a context. I feel like this guy already had like a major idea of like where he wanted to go with, and something tells me that the doctor was either stealing quirks as well, or pinning kids, pinpointing where the kid was gonna be later on in the future, so then they could steal the quirks later. That's so sick.
Looked like he hadn't aged at all.
Something that we were also discussing, and I don't even know if it even made it to the last video, was that in the first season there was a whole thing of like, I had the idea that he had a physical body somewhere. So that's how Ochako grabbed the neck brace and tossed him out in the air. The idea was that if they grabbed the dead body, then there was actually no need for a physical body past the neck down. So hence why the neck brace, and probably everything else, like the clothing and everything, was just being held by the wisp.
Yep.
So that could be that could be a strong suit for somebody that doesn't even need to be thinking, or you don't. It's like, let's just keep this bodiless head flying around and just commit its purpose. That would be sick and twisted, but at the same time, it kind of defeats the purpose of the restraints that he's on right now. Oh, my bad. Down the restraints. Because that immediately throws my theory out of the window. But
he might have more than just a head. Like, I could see him having, maybe he lost his arms and legs. Okay, so masterpiece, all for one and I. Yeah, they have to be giving him quirks for sure.
Yeah.
So, Okay, yeah, because we know that we're going back now. Because, again,
The Villain Academia.
Yeah, My Villain Academia, they mixed up the arcs. For those who don't read or know a lot about the manga, what's coming up is everything before Midoriya started training with Endeavor. And pretty much, I think we're going to open back up with Shigaraki destroying that area again, because he's shirtless. He was shirtless there, and he's shirtless here again.
Yeah.
So I think that's literally going to happen right after this.
I mean, you're talking about right after the arc that we're going to watch?
No, like, actually, I don't know.
Because they're going to go back a couple of months.
Okay, so you think that was now? Like, happening now with Shigaraki?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
and I think low-key, the scene that we already saw of Shigaraki destroying things didn't actually happen just yet.
That's going to be at the end of the arc that we're about to see. Yeah. Okay.
So I think it that already happened, but it hasn't happened right here. So it will be like right after, so on and so forth.
Kind of like a build up to how he got so many new abilities. Yeah, that would make a lot of sense. Okay, I really want to rewatch and focus on this preview. Okay, yeah, he literally says 2 months.
I wonder if what we're seeing right now is just Gigantomachia like legitimately training these kids to be a force to be reckoned with, which probably you already seen that part.
No, it's so weird talking about what I've read, because again, for those of you who are watching but haven't really been keeping up with us, I've read past the training arc between Class 1A and 1B, which is like pretty much the cusp of My Villain Academia. And so like a lot of what we're seeing is actually later in the manga. And so I'm going to assume next episode I've actually seen a bit of it, but I'm just like right at the beginning of it, you could say. So it's really weird trying to pinpoint exactly what I know and what I don't know.
Yeah.
But we will see.
Alrighty. Granted, what we saw here, I mean, it kind of felt like a mess what we said, but yeah, it just feels like we're gonna go back the 2 months. We're gonna catch up as to what happened. Granted, what we saw could have already happened before this scene of him getting shocked, because it could have been the aftermath of him being trained. And it's like all this mess of things that were here is actually the aftermath of me being trained. I think I'm ready. Now let's try to bring you in and plug you in.
That's exactly. Yeah, I think they explained that actually in the previews, that what's his name? Gigantomachia.
Yeah, Gigantomachia.
Gigantomachia is there to basically see if he's ready to handle all that stuff.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was a fun episode. We're going to wait for My Villain Academia to start. So,
super excited for that. And we are going to watch that on Saturday.
Oh, yeah. We cannot miss a beat on that one.
We might even do a late night Friday night if we have to.
I may need to, like, fight myself to stay awake if that's the case. That's not going to work out. Anyways.
I don't know. This is the most excited I've been for an episode. Maybe all season.
Let's see how they kick it off. I'm actually curious as to how they kick it off. But with that said, guys, this was the Weep Closet, and we'll see you in the next one.
We better. Goodbye.
Bye. Thank you guys for joining us on another Weep's Closet reaction. If you liked the video, please hit that like button, leave a comment below, and subscribe to stay up to date with our latest videos. See you in the next one.